Welcome to the Veterinary Marketing Podcast, where it's all about helping your veterinary practice attract, engage, and retain clients. Broadcasting a new podcast every Monday from sunny Southern California, here's your host, Brandon Bashirs.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode number 213 of the Veterinary Marketing Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about 5 tips that are going to help you in 2021 and beyond. I think these are some of the most important things to be thinking about with your marketing, social media, your emails. I think this is going to really help you to take it to the next level and not only be more successful, but also enjoy your work more. And we'll talk about why that is in just a second here. Before we begin, I want to mention a couple things. First, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And if you would like extra help, or if you want to just get ideas and do cool things with cool people, head on over to the Veterinary Marketing Nerds Facebook group. I'm actually doing a 10-week ads workshop that by the end of this, you're going to be an ad pro, both on Facebook and Google. So we're in 3 weeks so far. You can catch all the replays right now. It's made completely free thanks to our sponsor and partners, which is usedvetequipment.com and newvetequipment.com. And that's what I want to talk about next, which is this episode is being sponsored by usedvetequipment.com and newvetequipment.com, which are 2 websites by Brad Haven. Now, for over 8 years now, usedvetequipment.com has been helping vets buy and sell used equipment. You can save money when you buy used veterinary equipment on everything from cages, kennels, pumps, x-ray equipment, lasers, ultrasounds, dental equipment, surgery equipment, lab equipment, from IDEX, Abaxis, and Heska, tables, tubs, and sinks. If you have anything to sell, head on over to usedvetequipment.com. They bring the buyers and sellers together. Also, if you're looking for new veterinary equipment with amazing warranties, check out newvetequipment.com, where they show you the price up front. They have digital x-ray equipment, dental x-ray equipment, ultrasound equipment, LED surgery lighting, surgery tables, full-size autoclaves. When you go to newvetequipment.com, you'll clearly see the price on every item for sale. You'll be able to check the warranty so that you can buy without regret. At newvetequipment.com, they show you the price and give you a great warranty. All right, let's talk about marketing. I know that practices, for the most part, are very, very overwhelmed right now. And so marketing might not sound like the funnest thing because you're already taxed on, you're at your wit's end, right? And so I think in 2021, especially if you're really busy, if you're not busy, that's totally okay. There's tons of opportunity out there to get busy. But if you're really busy, you have a position where you can really be selective on what you're doing. And I think that's really beneficial for you. You know, when I do digital marketing, when I first got started, I had to kind of take everything because I was just getting started, right? And now I'm very, very selective with who I work with, what kind of things I do, because I have the ability to say, this is what I want to do. This is my favorite things to do. These are my favorite kinds of clients to work with. And you have the exact same ability to say the same things. So let's talk about these 5 things that are going to help you to get more fulfillment out of your work, because you'll be working with the people that you like to work with, doing the things that you like to be doing. And the marketing that you produce is going to help to attract that kind of client or that kind of services into your business. Tip number 1 is to get specific. So if you love doing procedures that are, like, let's say, rehab procedures, or you like doing procedures that are surgery related, or you like doing dentals, whatever it is that you love doing, get specific with it. And the more specific that you get, the more specific kinds of clients that you're going to be bringing into your practice. If you create content about dental work on small dogs, because let's say you love doing dental work on small dogs, you're going to get more dental work with small dog clients. If you make content that's general, you're going to get everything under the sun that comes into your practice. And that's okay. That might be what you want. But generally speaking, when your content is too bland and it's kind of for everybody, not really for anybody in particular, it's typically pretty boring. That is, unless you're a very interesting person. And I know that I'm not super interesting, right? But I'm specific. My podcast is for veterinarians and veterinary practices. If I had made a podcast that was about general digital marketing, you probably wouldn't be listening right now. And so that's a perfect example. If you want to be interesting, you need to get specific. And 2021 and beyond, you have the ability to target, you have the ability to really find those niches that are going to bring you the right kinds of clients and really help you to engage with those communities. So there's two things that you can do: target services or target clients. And when you target people individually, you're not just providing a service, you're serving a group of people or community. And so if you're being a business that services a specific type of client rather than a business that just provides a service, it makes you be not commoditized as well, which is an additional benefit. So that's why people who are, boarded and specialize in certain work can charge more. You don't have to necessarily be boarded, but if it's something that you love doing, like dentistry, for example, and you're well known for it, then you're able to generate more revenue and command higher prices because it's something that you're good at. So that's just something that, and if also you're creating content around dentistry, for example, then people will seek you out, and that demand will give you the ability to be more lucrative in that as well. So getting specific, I think we're past the time of generalists. The internet is segmenting more and more, and it just creates additional segmentation. And so it's time to get specific. And I don't see enough specific content out there, in my opinion, from veterinary hospitals. And I think that's a huge missed opportunity. So get specific, really, really refine who you're targeting, what you're targeting, and you're going to be more successful. Tip number 2 for 2021 and beyond is to improve your creative. And it's the cost of improving creative is constantly coming down. Whether it's really, really nice cameras are less expensive. 360 cameras are super cool. I'm not just saying buy better hardware because you still have to produce things, but invest in producing higher quality content. Reach out to Bryn Zittel from Bryn Zittel's Cinema. Get some videos, produce some pillar content that makes you stand out, especially if you're doing well right now and you have the ability and you have disposable income for marketing and ad spend and things. Now would be the time to invest in that. And I interviewed Bryn on a couple podcasts ago, and she does amazing work. And I just can't recommend her enough because she does really, really high quality stuff. And an asset like that, where you have a high production value video, it's going to really, really pay off over time and be something that you can use over and over again. So if you can have higher quality creative that's going to establish your brand, it's going to give people an expectation of what they can expect from your practice. And it's not something that you're just going to post once and then be done. You're going to be able to run ads with it for a very long time in the future. So when you do produce a piece of content that's what's called, I would call it a pillar content piece, which is something that you refer back to often and use more than once. If you ever decided to write a book, for example, that would be a piece of pillar content. Maybe a blog post or blog series that was really in-depth, like you're going to write the definitive guide about pain management for senior pets, or, things like that. That kind of pillar content that takes time, effort, and is valuable. It's not something that you just use once. So if you can produce even just once a month, some kind of pillar content, or once every 2 months, right? But make a goal that you're going to stick to, that you're going to produce something that's really high quality, that's share-worthy, that's epic quality content. By the end of the year, you're going to have 6 to 12 pieces that you can reuse over and over again. It's not something that's going to just, you use it once and it's done. It's going to pay off over time, especially if the economy changes and veterinary practices start seeing a decrease in clients or just decrease in disposable income available for paying for pets and things. You're going to really, really wish that you had high-level clients coming in, and this might be the thing that does it for you. Tip number 3 is to 80-20 your marketing efforts from the past year. And this is always a good thing to do if you haven't done it in a while. So typically 80% of the results are coming from 20% of the input. And it's important that you understand, number 1, where your traffic's coming from, what your traffic mix is, and how can you improve that. Take a look back over the year, see what was the most successful post types and things like that. And obviously trends change and algorithms change their trends and stuff, especially when it comes to social, but there's no reason you can't use the principles that you used in the previous year with successful posts to get that kind of engagement again. So find out what was successful, cut away what was not successful, stop doing what was not successful just to get things done, and really reinvest and refocus your effort into stuff that works. And if you don't take a minute to look back and actually see what worked, you're just going to be guessing. And it's way, way more important that you're honestly trying to optimize your results rather than just kind of slug along and hope that things are going okay. So number 4 is to try to get better clients and work for better clients or better services. And this really comes down to identifying the key areas of business that you really, really want to grow. So, for example, if you are just completely booked out, like I know a lot of practices are, but you want to increase your income, what can you do? You can stay open longer, have longer hours, work more hours, just grind it out more. And I know that most people are kind of already at their wit's end to that effect. Or number 2, you can choose to work on procedures that are going to be more profitable. Figure out what those are and how to get more of those, and really work to improve your client quality, whether it be through raising prices or through doing procedures that are more lucrative or higher margin. Really think about what it is that you're attracting, and especially if you're booked out and super busy, you have the ability to say, you know what, we're gonna focus on growing this aspect of the business. And coming from a place of security rather than a place of desperation really helps you to get a better result in your practice. So I just would encourage you to really think about what are the types of clients, the types of services that you want to be talking to and improving in your practice, and then define those people down to a T and really get clear on who it is that you're trying to target, what their major pain points are, what their benefits are, what the benefits of working with you are, and how can you package and deliver that in a way that really helps to grow your business. The 10-week workshop that I've been doing, we actually covered how to generate the right kinds of clients, and we went really, really in depth. We had some great questions on that, and I think it's really worth the time that you'd put into thinking about what kind of clients you're going to be attracting, how to generate those clients, and how to grow your practice. So I hope that makes sense. But you should be, especially if you're busy, putting energy into thinking about what kind of, if you had a perfect day in your practice, what would that look like? If you had perfect clients coming into the practice, what would that look like? What kind of procedures would you be doing? Those kind of things, and work to make it profitable for you, make it far more profitable for you when you're able to focus on the kinds of procedures that you love doing, that maybe are higher value or higher ticket. You're able to, in let's say you're getting better margins on your procedures and things. If you have additional income coming in with the same level of output, you're able to benefit everybody in your practice. You can pay your staff more. You can have additional benefits. You can pay yourself more. So if you're concerned about, well, I just want to keep, my clients happy, there's more than just your clients to think about too. You have your staff and yourself in your practice, and your time is so valuable. So just really think hard about that. Work for better potential clients or better services that you're providing. And then the 5th thing that I think is really, really important is to really start owning your own media. I've been talking about this for a long time, and for the most part, I don't think anybody is doing this, especially because they're so busy. But be building that list. Please be building the list, whether it's through email marketing, text message marketing, using an app like Pet Desk to communicate with your clients. Whatever it is that you want to be doing, you need to be building that list. And it's just going to get important. I really think that the unemployment is going to catch up at some point with veterinary hospitals. And so I know things are really busy, but having your own list of people that you can market to and send out emails and generate clients is going to be a very valuable skill here, I think. And so it's a great insurance policy. So be sure that you're building your list, that you're owning your list, and you're not at the mercy of Facebook algorithms or Instagram algorithms. And, there's been a lot of crazy things that have happened, especially with ad accounts being disabled and Facebook accounts being disabled and bugs like that. So be sure that you have that security and that you're always looking at it kind of like an insurance policy. We're not using insurance until we need it. And same thing with your email list. It's a very, very cheap and relatively easy way to build up an insurance policy for your practice, in my opinion. So I think that those 5 things, which is get specific, improve your creative or your social or your content, Go through and do 80-20 analysis on your content, on your emails, on every kind of marketing activity that you're doing. Work for better clients, get better clients coming in the door, and then own your own media and be in control of your fate. Those 5 things are pretty simple, and I think you're going to see a bunch of benefit. Again, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe in iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And I'll see you on next week's episode. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.